So here is why the game called Critter Cove is being boycotted. And I didn't even know this, but I am also, and I've stated, boycotting Critter Cove because there's no reason to force pronouns on people. If you wanted to act like you're being inclusive, then you would respect everybody's opinion, and you can put the word pronouns and then choose the option none, instead of forcing it on people. And then when people say why they're not going to be buying the game, and it's because of this whole forcing this on people, then they remove the post. So they're not only not inclusive, they're faithophobic, but they actually are disrespectful of freedom of speech. So this is a post on September 12th of this year. It says Debs removed the post, developers, about pronouns. So the developers removed the post. It was making people aware that the game has pronouns. It was called Why I Won't Be Buying This Game. That, combined with the amount of clown and funny votes on any negative review, commenting on this shows the attitude and mindset of the creators and its players. Censorship is never okay, and information is vital. Really shows your dark side with this, trying to cover up any negativity and important knowledge like this. The game has forced pronouns on character creation, and a bunch of fans, quick to shame you, ridicule you, and hide you away. The game is supposed to be fun and cute, something you achieve the opposite of when you try to shut information up. Just saying. P.S. I've never gotten a game forum banned before, or any type of ban, but I have a feeling that the developers here will be eager to punish me when I dare speak about this. Prove me wrong, I guess. Really love the demo, though, but seeing this kind of attitude from the developers and review bombers, putting a dimmer on the mood for it. So this has been brought to their attention, and there were a lot of people that was upset, and yet they don't care. So this just confirms my boycott of the game called Critter Cove. Here are some of the responses about them doing that. Sadly typical in this day and age. One must agree with the narrative or be silenced. They're so secure in their position that they can't compete in a marketplace of ideas. Bit of advice to developers: if you fear criticism of your political posturing so much, don't tie your commercial product to it. Other developers have tried this same behavior, and it only draws more attention to the problem, and it costs the company more money on people rejecting future projects. I will not be buying, as this behavior is a bad business practices and reflects on how they'll manage things going forward. I'll take my permaban now. And I'm the same way. If they're willing to act this way towards people, disrespect like literally hundreds of millions of people, just so disrespectful of people of faith, and you just don't care, and then you censor people, what do you think they're going to do once they get your money? That's what I say. Another one said, there is no reason to put woke agenda in games. Replacing pronouns by gender, male, female, will solve the problem and avoid unnecessary controversy. If this continues, developers might face backlash by the gaming community. The gaming community made very clear they don't want woke in their games. I would go as far as to say that Steam, people should reject Steam. If they're going to allow developers to censor people like this, yeah, then reject Steam. Another said, funny how just ignore it never applies to people who don't like dissenting opinion. If you have a problem with such threads, why not take the same advice and simply ignore it? Well said. Well said, Polaris. Well said. Another one said, woke cry out to mass. to mess with games, but when real gamers ask developers to keep the games as they should be, gamers get the "stop it, get over it, and go away." And then someone replied to that person by saying exactly, "People forget we have a democracy and that our opinion is just as valid as whether you agree with it or not. Shutting up one side leads to enslavement, which leads to fear. Then fear leads to anger, and anger leads to suffering. If you don't like it, play it or don't. I still love lots about this game. We'll probably still buy it, but don't try to shut us up for calling out key factors, whether it's negative or positive. It doesn't matter. Sadly, indoctrination has a strong hold on most of our population. Fanboys will mass report anything they don't like because it offends their belief and they don't want to hear it. That's communism, not democracy. And it always backfires. Just don't remove or ridicule posts and opinions just because they differ from your own. And definitely not when they are objective and true. And that was kind of the reason this comment here that I shared my comments when I shared videos of the game. I was within seconds of buying this game until I came across this. Thanks for the forum contribution. You saved me some money. And I think that people who didn't even do the demo and just bought the money, they're not going to get their money back, right? And I really think that this is grounds for class action lawsuit. That being forced things that violate faith is exclusion. Nobody should be forced liberal agenda. Nobody should be forced pronouns. Nobody. One constitutional right should not be taking away the right of another. And there's no constitutional right to force somebody to say something against their belief. There is no such right. It's exclusive, not inclusive. And they designed it that way. And then, of course, there was many posts regarding their opinion about gender. I just wanted to play a game. It was cute and cozy. The graphics were great. But why are they forcing politics and liberalism, shoving it down people's face, violating people's faith, as faithophobics do, and then violating free speech, censoring people who are saying, hey, this is not okay? I would say stay away from Steam. I think people should call out to the CEO of Steam and make it known that these developers are offending a lot of people and they're violating, they're discriminating against people of faith. They're censoring free speech. I think people should boycott Steam for allowing this game and these developers to do this. So, yeah, I won't buy anything from Steam. But anyways, the boycott continues. They just cut off their own foot. Maybe they'll make enough money to consider themselves a success. Maybe they already have. But they could have just had so much more if they'd been inclusive to people that just don't want to participate in pronouns. Anywho's.